They told us we were alone in the universe. For centuries, we believed them. But what if the silence of space wasn't empty? What if it was watching, in the shadows of the moon, deep beneath the ocean, and behind the eyes of those we trust the most? Something has been waiting that I end 2028. A signal was intercepted that a countdown began. Whistleblowers vanished, cities went dark, and then the sky cracked open. This is not science fiction. These are leaked reports, mysterious disappearances, and unexplainable events that governments tried to bury. But the truth is clawing its way out. And tonight we reveal it all. Brace yourself for the terrifying 10-part series. They are coming. Alien Arrival 2028. Once you hear what's been hidden, you'll never sleep the same again. They are coming. Alien Arrival 2028. The signal no one was supposed to hear. January 2, 2028 did a group of amateur radio astronomers calling themselves the Deep Ear stumbles upon a strange signal emanating from the dark side of the moon. The transmission is rhythmic, with an unnatural precision. They think it's just cosmic background radiation until one of them, Felix Grant, deciphers a pattern. It's a countdown. They report their findings anonymously on a fringe astronomy forum, but within hours, the forum is taken offline. That night, Felix vanishes. His cabin in the Montana mountains is found in shambles, his radio equipment melted and fused into the desk, on the walls, scratched in with fingernails. They heard me back. The rest of the group tries to stay silent, but the signal stops. Then, for the first time in recorded history, the global noise floor drops. No cosmic radiation. No static, just silence, and something watching. The whistleblower's warning. A week later, a mysterious woman known only as MK contacts an underground conspiracy podcast called The Hollow Frequency. She claims to be a former NASA engineer with access to Project Echo Zero, a Cold War-era program allegedly responsible for initial contact with non-human intelligences. She sends over redacted documents, flight telemetry, and a chilling video feed of a tall, thin figure standing motionless inside a lunar base. That MK warns that the countdown ends during the next full solar eclipse. Her voice shakes when she says, "They never left. We just stopped looking." The episode goes viral. 2 days later, MK is found dead in a hotel room. No signs of struggle. No trauma. But her eyes have been burned from the inside out. Her laptop contains only one audio file, garbled static that, when slowed, reveals a low whisper in a dozen languages. Prepare. Lights in the cornfields. In rural Nebraska, the Hartley family begins noticing strange orbs of light hovering over their cornfields. At first, they think it's kids with drones. But the lights move with impossible speed and precision, sometimes vanishing mid-air. One morning, all of their livestock is found mutilated. No blood. No signs of struggle. Their youngest daughter, Emily, begins waking up with soil under her nails and speaking in a voice not her own. She whispers to her parents. They walk in the roots. They install cameras. That night, the footage shows tall, pale figures standing in the field for hours, motionless, watching the house. Then, one by one, they look directly into the camera and smile. The moon is not what it seems. Astrophysicist Dr. Elias Rourke acquires a set of declassified images from the Chinese Chang'e 9 mission, comparing them with archived Apollo 17 data. He notices something impossible. New structures on the moon's surface, towers, geometric formations that aspire 2 miles tall, casting no shadow. He begins publishing his findings. but the academic journal pulls the article minutes after posting that night. His observatory burns to the ground. Security footage shows his computer turning on by itself then. Static. The word observer appears over and over. He flees to Greenland, trying to warn the world that I end his final broadcast. He says, "We didn't land on the moon. We were allowed to." Children of the beacon. Around the world, children under 10 begin exhibiting strange behavior. In India, a boy draws spiral glyphs endlessly. In Brazil, twins hum the same 3-note melody without stopping for days. In Finland, a girl carves an unfamiliar star map into her wall with her fingernails. Doctors are baffled. Some children speak fluent Sumerian. Others stop responding to their names, reacting only to static played on radios. Governments begin taking the affected children into observation centers. In one chilling video from a leaked hospital feed, 15 children wake simultaneously at 3:33 a.m., face the camera, and say in unison, "We are the key." 4:44 a.m. March 14, 2028, in the small German town of Wiesenheim. All clocks stop at exactly 4:44 a.m. Power outages spread. Mirrors begin to reflect not the room behind them, but a starless void filled with pulsing, floating shapes. Residents report waking up paralyzed, with the sound of wet breathing in their ears. One man claims he was pulled halfway through a mirror by hands that had no fingers. Authorities quarantine the town. No one gets out. The last radio broadcast from Wiesenheim is an emergency warning then. A child's voice whispering, "It's not a mirror, it's a window." Area 51 goes silent. April 2028, that a satellite tracking military activity shows something disturbing. Area 51 is in full evacuation mode. Dozens of black helicopters flee the site. Then, static. Surveillance drones are lost. The facility goes completely dark. Local hikers report seeing immense, glowing silhouettes wandering the desert at night. One claims a creature with no eyes watched him from behind a Joshua tree and whispered, "We were never under you. You were above us." Rumors of recovered alien technology spiral online, but no photos, no videos remain, just a single leaked audio file. A dozen people screaming in overlapping time loops, followed by wet clicking noises. The sky cracks open. On July 7, 2028, a massive spiral opens in the sky above the South Pacific. News stations around the world capture the event live. Military jets are dispatched. Within seconds of entering the spiral, they vanish. No wreckage. The ocean beneath it churns. A blue sphere, larger than any aircraft carrier, emerges and hovers. All marine life in a 300-mile radius begins to behave erratically. Dolphins beach themselves. Sharks swim in circles. Whales slam their bodies against ships. They walk among us. Weeks after the spiral event, people start noticing behavioral shifts in loved ones. Spouses smile when they shouldn't. Children hum unknown lullabies. Some refuse to sleep, staring into corners for hours. Their eyes don't blink. Their hearts beat irregularly. Online, a map of these disruptions forms a symbol. The spiral. Survivors form underground networks, trying to identify who is still human. But the changed learn to mimic better. A final post on a banned forum reads, "They've been here for decades. The spiral wasn't an arrival. It was a signal to activate." The arrival, August 23, 2028.12:00 midnight. The world goes dark. No power. No internet. Satellites fall from orbit. The air becomes heavy, metallic. Then, the sky turns blood red for exactly 6 minutes. Every human on Earth hears the same whisper in their mind. We are now one. Screens flicker to life with a single message in dozens of languages. You are not being conquered. You are being assimilated. A lone survivor, broadcasting from a mountain bunker, documents the final hours. His final words: "We thought the stars were silent. They were just waiting for us to listen." Then static. What you've just heard may be more real than you think if the signs are already here. What happens when the countdown ends? Let us know what you think. Could this really happen? Have you seen anything strange? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We're watching them closely. If this story chilled your spine, don't forget to hit that like button. It helps others find the truth too. And if you want more terrifying tales of the unknown, conspiracies, and what might be lurking just beyond our world, subscribe and turn on the notification bell, because this is just the beginning. They're coming, and you'll want to be ready.